Now, let's talk about the winner here, Michael Chandler. I mean, this guy is. Okay, I'm going to use some wrestling terminology here. He is the UFC's version of The Rock. He is the most
Yep.
electrifying man in real combat. I mean,
Pure entertainment, man.
that is Michael Chandler. Win or lose, you know that you are going to get Roman Coliseum style, just fun fight.
Yep.
He's 2-2 in the UFC now, and it is the best 2-2 that you could ever have.
Yep.
The knockout here, this is going to be a knockout of the year. We're going to be talking about this at the Joey's, I
Yeah.
guarantee it.
Oh yeah.
He won fight of the year for our Joey's last year with Justin Gaethje. I have no doubt that if he fights again this year, whoever it's against, you'll probably see that on the fight of the year discussion. I mean, this guy he came in from Bellator, right? And a lot of people, I feel like a lot of people have wanted to dislike Michael Chandler from day one. I don't know if it's, he kind of talks like you see a lot of those inspirational quote pictures online.
Yeah. Yeah.
It'll have like a sunset in the background, and it'll say like, I don't know, it'll say like some minor setbacks for a
Major
major
comeback.
comeback
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
something. I don't know. He talks like that. He
Yeah.
talks like inspirational quotes, like, which is kind of funny when people be like, "Have you ever seen those like comments?"
Yes.
I don't see them much anymore, but when they're like, "Michael Chandler be like," and yeah, it's so funny.
Yeah.
But I don't know if that's what it is, or if they felt like the UFC kind of gave him some preferential treatment on his way in. He was the backup for Habib Gaethje back in Abu Dhabi, and then he didn't make his debut till January, and I believe they signed him in like September or something. So there was
Yeah.
a few months where everybody's like, okay, when is he going to fight?
Yep.
For whatever it might be, and maybe people didn't think he deserved a title fight off of one win on Dan Hooker. I don't know. For whatever it is, I feel like people have been kind of wanting to dislike Michael Chandler. And every step of the way, I think he keeps showing people that you can't dislike this guy. You just
No.
can't.
How can
In my
you?
opinion, you can't. Sure, if you're a big enough Tony Ferguson fan or
Oh yeah.
Charles Oliveira fan or Justin Gaethje fan, you might not want him to win. But you can't say you're not a fan of this guy. If you are a true fan of MMA, of the UFC,
Yes.
you are a fan of Michael Chandler. And this was just another notch in that belt that proves that he is the most fun thing going in the company. And then afterwards, Dom, to just
Oh.
prove that he's the most electrifying man in the company, he gets on the mic and
Sounded like The Rock.
Goes on a 3 minute just, I mean, adrenaline fueled tirade against the rest of the division.
Yeah.
And it was all so articulated so well. A lot of these
Yes.
guys, they get on there and they're so filled with adrenaline they can't get their thoughts clearly out.
Yeah.
This guy speaks well. He talks the talk. He walks the walk. I think any fight this guy gets, he's deserving of. I mean, I
yeah.
feel that strongly about him. If he was in a title fight next with Charles Oliveira, I wouldn't bat an eye.
Yeah.
If he was put up with Justin Gaethje again and a rematch of their fight of the year,
Take
I'd
my
love
money.
it.
Yeah.
If he's fighting Dustin Poirier, sign me up. If he's fighting Conor McGregor at 170 pounds,
I'm here for it.
I honestly might even say that would be my favorite option for Conor.
Oh, it is.
Comeback. But Dominic, I do want to kind of give you a chance to say a little something here. I don't want to hog the
No, you're
shine.
good.
But for Michael Chandler, maybe I'll just ask you what fight should be next for him.
Yeah, that's a great question. I also just wanted to say quickly too that when the UFC signs people that already have a name outside of the company, whether that be a Bellator, someone that was in the PFL, Brock Lesnar from the WWE, whatever. Michael Chandler's one of the best signings the UFC has ever done, ever in the history of the company. And what he has done in 4 fights, dare I say, no one's ever done before. Crashing into the UFC and making waves like he's done, never seen it in my life, ever as a fan. And I've watched this sport since I was a wee little lad. So amazing what this guy's done. The knockout, like you said, knockout of the year contender at the Joey's later this year. Tune in for that in December. What comes next for Michael Chandler? Conor McGregor. Absolutely. 100%. And I'd love to see him do all those fights you talked about. Him and Dustin Poirier. Ooh, that's a fresh matchup. That'd be a great fight. Him versus Conor McGregor 170 pounds, all day, all day. You said sign me up earlier. Sign me up for this one. I'm going to put Conor meme in here twice in this episode. That's the fight that should happen next. Conor seemed interested. Conor doesn't seem like he wants to cut back down to 155. Chandler saying, "Buddy, I'm a little guy, but I'll welcome you, gladly welcome you back to the UFC at 170 pounds." That fight is electrifying, guaranteed fireworks, win or lose for either guy. Huge opportunity for Chandler, get the biggest payday of his life. Huge opportunity for Conor to come back in and fight a guy that's taking the UFC by storm, grabbing it by the balls. That's the fight.
And I would, if this fight were at lightweight, I would say too much too soon for Conor McGregor.
Yeah,
because I think he needs to come in and kind of work his way back. Just because, again, not necessarily at a Tony Ferguson level, but he took back-to-back devastating losses to Dustin Poirier, and second time he breaks his, I don't know if it was his leg or ankle or both or what, but has a long recovery. Maybe a Nate Diaz is the kind of fight he needs, right?
Yeah.
But if this fight's at 170 pounds, that really raises the stakes here because Conor will have a size advantage for sure, but
especially now.
Michael Chandler, the power he carries at 155 pounds, how does that carry at 170 pounds? Just a lot of questions.
Yeah.
I had no doubt that would be the fight, in my opinion. Now, when is Conor McGregor going to be ready? We hope that it's ready by the fall, right? I mean, that's the hope.
Yeah.
So that would be the timetable there. But Dana just seems to be like, well, Conor's not ready, so I'm not going to speculate on.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, Dana. We know. It might not have shown it in the leak, but we know Conor's name's up there somewhere.
Dude, if you're Dana and the boys and you hear Michael Chandler cut that promo last night, how does that not oh shit? Whatever we have in mind for Conor, let's.
He did say that he thinks that would be a great fight. But every time he's asked about Conor, he says the same thing.
Of course.
Conor's not healthy. He's not ready. Once he's fully healthy, we will look for a fight for Conor McGregor.
Yeah.
I don't know if I really buy that. I'm sure his name's up on that wall somewhere.
Somewhere, yeah.
But I think that I don't think that last Saturday night did anything but help Michael Chandler's chances for. Yeah. Because Dana said the reason why I don't like. He's like the reason that he doesn't like to look too far out. When people ask, because people have been I will admit, people have been asking him for months about who Conor's next opponent should be. He's like, if you would have asked me 4 months ago, I wouldn't even have mentioned Michael Chandler.
Yeah.
He's like, and now that might be the best option. It's just so much changes, right? So,
if anything, go ahead. Sorry.
Well, as it stands, that's the best option.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, if anything happens for Conor in his return fight, that's not Nate Diaz or Michael Chandler, I think it's a miss. I'll say that.
Well said.